welcome once again to another episode of It's My Business. I'm David Gale, bringing you again the best that the Uinta Basin has to offer when it comes to services and entertainment and dining. And today we're going to continue with the theme of hitting a business that's maybe not a business you'd think of in a traditional sense, but one that is so integral to the community here in the Uinta Basin. I'm talking about Ashley Regional Medical Center. This hospital is incredible. We're going to see some awesome stuff. So come with me inside. Let's take a tour. Let's go. All right. This is the inside, the Ashley Regional Medical Center. And look, they brought out the big guns for me. Cy Hutt, nice to meet you,
Welcome
sir.
to the hospital. It's great to have you.
It says Chief Executive Officer. What exactly is your role here?
Well, in a nutshell, I'm responsible for everything.
He really is the big gun here. So you're responsible for this brand new, beautiful receiving area. What do you call this? I mean, you guys have had a major renovation recently.
We did a little bit of the front of the hospital. Primarily what this is new medical office building. So
okay.
We really ran out of space for our physicians. So we built 2 stories so we could add new physicians. And the first floor is filled up. And the second floor we're still working on.
And it's beautiful. I got to say, you know, one of the things I'm always afraid of going to the hospital is the feeling of the hospital. But it's a very welcoming, bright. There's none of those smells that you might be afraid of. It's just a really nice place to just come and hang out if you really needed to.
Well, that's what we hope. You know, it should be a place where you can come and heal.
Yeah.
So we want it to be a comfortable environment.
Definitely. Well, tell me something. Before we go see more of the hospital, how long has Ashley Regional Medical Center been around here?
You know, Ashley Regional started in the 1940s, and at that time was a Uinta County hospital. And we moved into this spot. About half of the hospital that we have today was built in the late 70s. And so we became a for-profit hospital in 1981. And we became a LifePoint hospital about 10 years ago.
What's that mean?
LifePoint is a nationwide company. We have 48 hospitals in about 18 different states. And that is really one of the advantages. Today, so many things are changing and at such a rapid pace. Being part of a system to bring that national strength and that quality focus is something that really helps, particularly the small hospitals out in rural areas.
I understand that your radiology department is pretty fantastic.
We are very excited about our radiology department. You're exactly right. Just in the last 2 years, one of our most recent addition is a new 64-slice CT scanner. The slice is the speed. And it is
because I have no idea what you're talking about. You know what, could we go see it?
You betcha, yeah.
Let's go. You guys want to come? Of course you do. You have no choice, unless you want to turn the channel. But don't, stay with us. Let's go this way.
Come on over here.
Okay, so this is that very large machine that you were using. It looks like a diving board and a big, I don't know, donut. What is this thing?
There you go. We'd have the patient sit on the table or lay on the table, and then we'd move them through there depending on what we want to scan. If it's a full body, if it's a head scan, chest scan, whatever they're looking at. When I talked about 64 slice, what that means is it takes basically 64 photographs per rotation, and it rotates twice per second.
Oh, wow.
So it gives you a whole bunch of pictures, and then that puts those pictures together in a 3D image that they can look at and rotate around and see whatever. So with the 64 slice, we're really able to take heart images that we were not able to do before. And this is the only 64 slice machine in the region.
Wow. So you can use this basically to look at any part of the body, head to toe.
Yep.
64 slices. If that was pizza, you'd be very full.
You'd be very full.
But for this case, you've got a really detailed image that a doctor can look at and go, okay, now I see what's going on in there.
Exactly.
Just one of the many. Well, you've got a couple other things you want to show us too, right?
You bet. Yeah. You know, for an ER physician who needs to make a diagnosis, see exactly what's going on, the 64 slice CT is fabulous. But it's only one of a couple of new machines that we have.
Right, because you wouldn't put a pregnant lady on here.
Exactly. Good example.
But you got something else that's really cool that you got to check out for if you're pregnant. My wife's pregnant and I saw this thing. It's amazing. Let's go. I don't even know where I'm going.
Yeah, let's head to the ultrasound.
Now I can use big words like pulmonary infarction. I don't know what it means though, because I'm no doctor. But I've met my fair share. You see, my wife and I, we have 2 kids. And we had our children in a bigger city before we moved here to Vernal. And when we moved here, I got to be honest, I was a little worried about having a baby in Vernal. I just didn't know what was available technology-wise. But we came here to this very room. My wife laid right there, and we had an ultrasound, and I saw something that I've never seen before. They showed this 4-dimensional picture of my baby in my wife's womb. It was cool. They moved it around and everything. I'd never seen anything like it before. Right here in Vernal, some of the best technology you can possibly get. So I'm going to bring back in here, we've talked about the radiology department, the MRI there. We've talked about this awesome ultrasound machine, but there's a couple other things you got on tap.
You bet, you bet. We digital mammography is something we added about a year ago. You can detect breast cancer much earlier with the digital technology. Also, there's very little radiation.
Yeah, so I understand it's even less than your normal. It's like a really high-tech one that uses hardly any radiation at all.
Exactly, exactly. And then we got the permanent MRI about a year and a half ago. It's a 1.5 Tesla magnet. What that means is it's a good solid strength magnet. It's going to give you a very good image. And one of the nice things about, all this technology is great, but also there's got to be a guy that reads it.
Oh, yeah.
And Dr. Perry is our radiologist. He's double board certified and an absolutely fantastic physician.
Yeah, in fact, for any of these places, you've got to have really smart people. You've got to have qualified people, but you have some of the best people. I know that our doctor, Dr. Lewis, he's incredible. He's amazing, and he's just one of many, many people here. So can we go meet some of your staff?
You bet, you bet. We've had several new physicians come into the area. Let's show you who they are.
Okay, let's go. I'm not a doctor. Well, doctors being doctors are sometimes a little busy. So instead of the actual doctors, we have here, what do you call this? The physician's wall, right?
You can call it the physician's wall.
Look at this. There's Dr. Lewis. That's my wife's doctor right there. I'm going to say our doctor because you never should say my wife's pregnant. We're pregnant.
That's right. It's a joint effort. And Dr. Lewis is wonderful. He's been here for about a year. Joined Dr. Griffith as our 2 OBGYNs, and both just do a phenomenal job. Dr. Anderson and Dr. Breitenbach also do deliveries as family practice physicians that do OB.
Okay.
And Dr. Lewis has just won about 7 new physicians.
Wow.
We've got over 30 physicians now practicing in the community and at the hospital. 2 of the new doctors, Dr. Bradbury and Dr. Farron, joined our ER group. Okay. We now have 5 ER physicians that cover the ER full-time. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful group. It's the best our ER has ever been covered.
Who else we got to meet?
Well, we've got Dr. Ilievsky. He's a full-time urologist. He's the first full-time urologist in the basin.
Okay.
Very excited to bring that service. And then Dr. Veltri, who's over there on the end, is a new general surgeon and joined Dr. Richards. So it's nice to have more than one surgeon in the specialty.
Right, that way when one's on vacation, you still have one.
Exactly, particularly for the ER coverage.
Right.
You never know when someone's going to need a general surgeon, and it's hard for one guy to cover it all the time.
And we have someone really special we're going to be meeting. This man right here, right? How do you say his last name?
Dr. Kwok.
Kwok.
Dr. Kwok is a neonatologist who joined Dinosaur Land Pediatrics. Fantastic to have his level of skill here.
And we've got even some babies that he is looking after here right now?
I believe so, yes.
Can we go see some babies?
Let's go check out the nursery.
I'm like baby hungry because I'm waiting for my own to show up. Can a man be baby hungry?
Oh, you bet. Let's go
find
look.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little quieter now because guess what? We're in a nursery. We have a baby. And we were introduced just a second ago by Cy to Dr. Kwok. This is Dr. Kwok. And your official title,
Pediatrician neonatologist.
That's awesome, which means he takes care of babies. Soon my baby will be right here. This isn't my baby, but this is a really cool system that you have here. What exactly is this thing?
This is the newest version of the baby warmer. It's called a Giraffe. It's the newest state-of-the-art ability to take care of babies when they're first born, to make sure that they get the optimum care they need.
Okay. And what makes this one so much better than an old version?
Yeah, so the newest warmers now have this modular design. This is the heating unit, and previously in the older warmers, this extended out over the top of the baby. Mm-hmm. The problem with that is as you're taking care of the infant, oftentimes you're in this position, right. It would cook the back of your head and the baby wouldn't get any heat.
Oh, okay.
These new warmers are designed so that you can take care of the baby and still have heat coming down, keeping the baby nice and warm.
That makes sense.
This is the luxury suite of warmers for babies.
Well, thank you so very much, Dr.
Absolutely.
Kwok. It was nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Let's go get Sid again. Come on. Shh, their baby's sleeping. Come on.
So, all right, so going back to what we talked about.
Okay, Sai, I have to apologize. I think I just called you Sid. So, you know, if Dr. Kwok starts calling you Sid, it's my fault.
Doug, no problem.
I'm Doug now. Now look, when you leave the nursery and your baby's in there taken care of, don't forget to come to the gift shop because your baby was in a giraffe, and then you can get a giraffe, you know, so for your wife or for the baby. Your baby's not going to know right off the bat, but someday they'll be very grateful for the giraffe. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so very much for having us here, Sai. And you should all know that you can have full confidence in the staff and the technology that's right here in Vernal. It's awesome. I've had a great time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave, very much.
You guys, we'll see you next time on It's My Business.